We're clear, Chewie. Hit it.
Evil love, something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does evil love. Something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does. Live evil church steeple, Christ is a drug dealer, howl wolf, eyes to see what be wrong with the people. They live to get high, doped out with fuzz and needles, Grim Reaper, Pharmakia, Destor, Medea, Sia, high purple ink pearls, Dr. Slooms, that's my girl, run the world, cola swirl, dope so strong they had to hurl. The greedy egos took them with lust, it fucked them up, hit the flush, in Lady Justice I trust. Evil love, something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does evil love. Something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does.
Welcome to Lady Babylon from Ammonite. This is fantastic. Satanic congregation, I knew you would love this. I'm a little bit early, but that's okay. I wanted to surprise everyone. Surprise everybody who's catching up, coming in and having a seat. Surprise. Oh God. People, say hello, Satanic congregation. Let me hear. Say hello. Oh, I missed you over the past couple of days. Did you notice what happened? Did you notice how big of an impact Iron Danny Jones has had in a very short space of time? Very short. I was watching him on the news. I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh, fantastic. Iron Danny Jones, bring up, let us not forget. Bring up the Iron Danny Jones, the first one, please. Yeah, fantastic. Everybody, thank you. Thank you for sending all of your comments of support and joy and rejoicing for the Renaissance. Oh, to Iron Danny Jones and to others. Oh, thank you so much. It's fantastic. No, just the background. I just wanted his background. Right? We want Chewie's pictures. Who doesn't like Chewie? Right? Fantastic. That's a good one. People, what was the impact damage? You know what I mean? We need some damage assessment. Was it from a level of 1 to just barely hitting the ground? You know what I mean? Make it a little pothole, to a 10, there being nothing left. What kind of damage was it? Fantastic, people. The Christ just entered the world. The Christ just entered the world. This thing that you are watching is the Antichrist. Oh God, how great is it to show people exactly what is there. Oh God, we own the Bible now. Did you know that? Yay, everybody, Satanic congregation, give me a cheer. Give me a cheer now that this great knight, Iron Danny, has captured the Bible for the Satanic congregation. Oh, we own it, people. We own it. We kicked down their doors and we took the Bible, and now the Christ has dropped. And people want to know. I'm going to show you some more Christing tonight. Oh, God, it makes me... I'm going to show you some Christing like you've never seen. People, it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the Echidnaic priesthood that we are considering. This is not fiction. This is history. Let me say that again. This is not fiction. This is history. And it's absolutely gorgeous. We're going to Christ some things tonight that are going to make some of you a little bit titillated. Do you understand? Did I say that? Titillation. Right? You'll be titillated. Hell's Mr. Rogers has the word tonight, which is titillation. Oh, God. Titillation indeed. Because we're going to be Christing parts of ourselves tonight. Yeah, we are. You knew it. You knew that I would bring you the good stuff, right? Fantastic. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Satanic congregation, are you ready? Are you ready? I just delayed you long enough for the time machine to kick in and we can bring it up and show it to you. Oh, God. And wait, people, we're going to cue the music again. What is that music? That's the strings that bring the right. Oh, God. We're going to do it again. Very tragic Euripidean type stuff. Oh, God. It's that, the groups that came down to the theater, right? The procession. This is the stuff they're doing behind the scenes. Oh, God. Oh, God. Love it. So much cult tonight, people. So much cult. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask once again. Maybe we do want to play a clip or two of Danny, but we'll get to it in a minute. I want to ask right off the bat, just please, people, we've got to be mature tonight and clinical, right? I know that you're going to take some kind of perverted joy in what I'm about to bring you. I know that you will, Satanic congregation, because you write to me and you tell me about your joys frequently. And sit back, do what you do, and let me hit you with some of the newest dope. Oh, God, are you ready? Give me the first one. Watch this, people. Maturity pants on, please. Give me the first text. I just want people to go right into it. People, what kind of world are we inhabiting? We're inhabiting a world of the dipssass, that snake that causes us to have thirst, just like Jesus as he's hanging on the cross and he's yelling to Sabachthon, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. Are you ready for me to read this to you, the source tonight? Are you ready to see what it is that Jesus is taking an antidote for on the cross according to Nonus? Remember, people, just to give you a little bit of background, the stuff that Jesus is eucharizing the bread with is psychotropic, according to Nonus. He says it gives you the visions. Do you understand? Jesus is drugging 12 minors, probably 11 minors, and one dude who's like 19, right? Peter. He's the one who keeps guard while Jesus takes the little boys to the interior of the garden where there's nobody to see what's going on. He's drugging the children. And the very effects that he's causing them to have are recorded. They're recorded, people. It's in the Greek. Oh, God. Right? Sounds like a Lestes orgy. The orgia, right? Oh, God. Right? Let's go there and see what they're doing. Bringing back up this text. I just want you to know, people, the dipssass itself, it has many names. I'm translating to you. The dipssass has many names, right? Sometimes it's called causon, sometimes prestes, from its effects, right? Sometimes it's called melanuro. Sometimes it's called what? Amodutes. What is that? He's the sand burrower. Oh, that's nice. Sand burrower. That's nice. Black-tailed, right? Black-tailed is the other one, right? Oh, fantastic. Oh, God. And he's called that, according to the specific types of these little snakies, right? Love it. And their lifestyles, right? That's how we name them. People, did you know there is more interaction here between humans and snakes than any of us have been in? Do you understand? This is an industry. Oh, isn't he cute? This is yes, this little almond. Hello, little almond. He's so cute. I love that one. Bring him back. He must come back. Satanic congregation, let Chewy know how much you must have little almond back. Very good. Now, where was I? Bring up the dipssass, please. Same text. Let me finish translating it. What happens? So he says, look, right? What happens to those who are bitten? They have a burning, a thirst, right? They have a feverish thirst, and it's so bad that it goes to this degree. Those who drink, they'll rupture their own stomachs. They'll rupture their own stomachs. Do you understand? Well, that wasn't that sexy. Well, you have to get in the gate somehow, right? Because you know what this stuff does to you? Oh, God, you could have hung a toilet paper roll on it when Jesus was being crucified. Right? Fantastic. Give me the next. Give me the next. Again, your maturity pants, people. Give me the next one, Chewy. People, I just want you to see this. Who is this? This is Africanus. Right? This is the same guy, or at least most people think it is, right? The same guy who wrote all that stuff to Origin saying the Bible is not in Hebrew, brah. It's look at these specific portions of Daniel, right? Just look at the Genesis, right? You cannot look at the book of Genesis in Greek and think that somehow you can condense all of that material into those 7,000 words. It's mathematically impossible, people. Listen, in 1,000 years, they laugh at us all because we believe that the original source was in Hebrew because of Moses and all the water and the thing coming through and the bah, right? No. The original was not in Hebrew because there was none. There was no story. The Greek is the first version, and the terminology is so complex it cannot fit into the third grade vocabulary that is ancient Hebrew. Third grade. I'm being generous. Okay? People, that's a fact. That's a fact. So this Greek original, right? Oh, God. This is the same guy who's reading it in the original. He's like, dude, there's no way. There is no way. Why? Because there had been propaganda, right? Saying that the Hebrew was the original version, right? Formal propaganda. Why? To control the historical narrative. Okay? This is Greek original, people. Pull them up. Give me Julian. Give me Africanus, please. Please. Oh, God, people. I want you to look at this one on the bottom. If you don't get inordinately aroused grammatically at this point, if your verb isn't pulsating at this point, something is wrong with you. Look at the section that's got a 5 in front of it. This is the charisma. Oh, little children want to see some Christing? Want to see some Christing? What are we Christing here, people, with our chrism? We're Christing bellon, weapons, particularly flying weapons, particularly darts, things that get thrown or projected. Oh, God. Love it. What are we going to do? We're going to Christ them, baby. We are going to Christ them. People, do you know what this means? It means the guy who's writing it is one of the guys who's dealing with Origin and working with the texts of the Septuagint. Do you understand? It's one of those guys, right? And what is he saying? He's talking about Christing in the way that I told you. The Christ of the Christing is using Christing. This is a follower of Christ, talking about Christing exactly as what I have told you, as drugging. There's nothing they can do with this. There is absolutely nothing. This is perfect evidence. This is like the police finding you with the gun in your hand and the blood splatter all over your face. Do you understand? Oh my God, let's translate it. And here is with the sexy Scythians. Oh God, the Scythians, I tell you, they get up first thing in the morning and they go to their pit and they fumigate themselves as a group with cannabis. Isn't that interesting? They take a bath in the cannabis together. It's a communal bathing thing. And then they all get on their horses. That's all they do is ride horses. Their fingers are bent funny. I'm not kidding you. We have the skeletons. Their fingers are bent funny because their archery. Oh, these people are sexy. And what do? They Christ their arrows. Show us some Christing of the arrows. Please, let me translate it. The Scythians Christ their arrows with that stuff called toxicon. And why do they do it? So that the person who is struck drops quickly. Okay. People, I want you to look at the third line down, the middle word, and just notice that it's pharmacon. We're not playing games here. This is the guy who is writing to Origin saying, look, this is screwed up. There are no words for basic things in this language called Hebrew. It is not the original. You can't even get the names of basic trees. Why do you think, Origin, there's so much colloquial Greek in the Septuagint? Because it's Greek. And does that make a difference? Yeah, it makes a hell of a lot of difference. Because in the beginning, God made Uranos and Gaia. And they were aoratos. If you knew what aoratos means, and you knew it was a cult term, that passage makes perfect sense. Otherwise, it's very third grade-y stupid. The justice and injustice are for the languages. Hebrew is not the primary language of the Old Testament. The Torah was composed in Greek. The concepts are Greek. Wow. Wow, would you be surprised if I told you they're doing the same thing in their idolatria that they're doing in the New Testament? They're doing in all these texts. Would you be surprised if there's a shit ton of drugs in them? Would you be surprised? No, of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Not by this time. Give me that source again. Actually, go ahead and move on to the next one. Go ahead. Christing our arrows, people, because we want to drop you quickly. Right? We want to drop you quickly. Look at this one. Here's more Africanus. What did he say? I just want you to look at 15. Tu thalatiu ehinutosoma somati psorionti epichristen. Look at the epichristen. Sorry, Chewy. Look at the epichristen. There it is, people. Do you see the Christing? Do you see the Christing? More Christing. What are we Christing here? What are we Christing here? Uh-oh. We're Christing our soma, our body, with what? With what? the body of the Echis, right? That viperine creature that lives in the sea. This is the sea viper. Oh, God. And what does it do? It brings us health. People, I just wanted you to see us. It brings us to the end of the sentence. Look, people. Yes, it brings us back health. That's how it works. That's how it works. Can you believe that the guy who wrote to Origin and said this Genesis is not in fucking Hebrew, dude? That dude is also knows the poisons this well. Okay. And he knows how to Christ. The reason, blow me up, the reason that you believe you know what a Christ is, and every person puts that, it's the Mashiach, it's the anointing. The reason you do that is because after Africanus, that dogma came into being. Yeah. Yeah. The crowd that formed around Jesus knew what a Christing was. That's why they demanded he be killed. Yeah. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? They knew what would happen. They knew with him standing there his shame and why he wouldn't admit he was Christos. There is a time, people, when you must face your Savior. That is the Orexis. That is when the Muse stretches out her hand. It's what the verb means. Orego. It's when the Muse stretches out her hand to you. Oh, God. Oh, God. And how does she do it? She does it through her epode, through her enchanter. Do you guys remember? We just saw the text. Through her enchanter. What does he do? What does he do? He knows the day of her Orexis, and he calls her. Oh, God. Oh, God. Absolutely gorgeous. How does he know? He knows it through his wandering star. He knows it. He knows the time through his wandering star. Which episode was that where we covered that? Face of Death. Quick. If you don't believe me, that's where we translated that. Face of Death. Oh, God. Welcome to Ammonite. Right? What is the time? What is the time? It's the time of the Orexis. It's the time of the Orexis. How do you become a prophet in antiquity, people? Through these venoms. And you don't eat them. No. There's lots of other ways to give them to you, but you don't eat them. Give me the next text. Okay, people, this is the one that requires next one. This is the one. Wait, did you see the egg trio? There's another Christ thing. Look, just leave it up like it is. People, look at the bottom. There's another Christ thing right under it. Oh, and look what you're Christing into, the Athonian. Oh, that's fantastic. I want you to bring up that one on LSJ. I'll tell you how to spell it. Yeah. The English O-Q. That's fine. O-Q-O-N-I-O-N. Fantastic. Click on that and show everybody. People, just so you can see the glory and the beauty of what are we Christing here in this passage that I obviously didn't. I was going to keep going. I obviously didn't do it for you. Did we just lose it? Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Beautiful. Blow that up. People, what is it that you're Christing into the Athonian? What is that Athonian? Blow it up. Lot of. This is curious. This is curious. A linen cloth. A linen cloth. Look, 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 look. In plural. It is the busina. What are the busina? Those are the purple, the burning purple, not the burnt purple, you morons. The burning purple. Go read Dioscorides, you morons, where he talks about which of the drugs are more caustic or more burning, right? And you'll see where the purple ranks. It's actually quite interesting, but you morons have a cousin who does some modern bullshit. And so you come up with idiocy, right? Guess what? Everybody saw the brothel for what it was. You're going to have to take your shit to a different plane. Oh, love it. So there you have it, people. Go back to the text now. I've been telling you for centuries that these linen bandages that the kid is wearing on his hoo-ha are medicated bandages. Yeah, right. What do you do with those medicated bandages? You Christ them. And what did Jesus, bring it back up, and what did Jesus do with them? What did Jesus do with them? He put his mouth on the bandages and sucked through it. The antidote. Do you understand? When he was arrested, he had a bunch of gunk on his face that looked like clotted blood. Doesn't say it was clotted blood. No, it doesn't. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right? The boy is the vessel. Mr. Rogers in hell wants to remind you kids that you mental kids, right? I'm not talking about in the room. You kids need to know these things are history. You are Christing into a little strip of linen. It's medical practice. Right? And who is bringing us this source? The same guy. The same guy who tells us Genesis is Greek. What does that mean? It means that dude reads Genesis, the actual form, not that crap that they took from the Masoretic text and translated into the King James crappery. That was the crapulence of all crappery, the King James. It's a crappy version of a forgery. How awful could you possibly get? And everybody that follows it, they just follow that wave of shite. I know that turns on my Irish viewers. I know it does when I say shite. They write to me and tell me how much they like for me to say shite. For you people in Ireland, let us shite Christ something, shall we? That sounds distinguished, doesn't it? For some reason in American English, it sounds distinguished. I'm going to say that to somebody just randomly, see what their judge their reaction. Shite Christ me, sir. Give me the next one. It's dirty. Now, people. Okay, don't give me the next, please. Thank you, Chewy. People, this is dirty. Was this the dirty one? Oh, this isn't dirty yet. Look how I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you. It's not dirty yet, but I want you to think about something that looks like a mushroom. I want you to think of a mushroom sticking out of the ground. You know what I mean? And oh God, it just came in from the lightning. You know those things are born in the lightning, right? The right ones anyway. So those mushrooms. What does our author here, who's again talking about the Bible and this stuff at the same time, what does he say about those mushrooms? Let's see. Peri thanasimon muketon. This is a section about death-inducing mushrooms. This is lethal. This is death-inducing. Big difference. Big difference. Okay. we're looking for the state of death. And that is what these mushrooms can do. And what does he say about them? Oh, I wanted to tell you. Oh, look on the fourth line down. This is near on this bottom section at the yellow. Look at that. What is that? What is that? That's the echidna, right? The echidna. What does it say? It says these mushrooms, the ones that are death inducers, most especially, right? These come about whenever they grow in the same place as the echidna burrows. The same place the viperess burrows. She lives in a cave, for those of you with ears to hear. She lives in a cave in the earth. And when I say cave, you should think that place in the earth that is the temple of the earth. Okay? Do you understand it? Because that's how the Greeks are hearing it. The Melissai, the bee prophetesses, they come from the caves, just like Echidna. Do you understand? Just like Echidna. Okay, hear it. You need to hear what's happening, just like Echidna. So the mushrooms that grow out of the places where these vipers are, these induce death. And he says, why is it? I think this is really cool. He says, Hagar apotes hydroseos auton. From their sweat, there is a moisture. There is a certain moisture that mixes in with the earth. That's where they get their power. Okay. You mean the dudes that are telling me about Jesus and who are themselves followers of Jesus, they understand what Christing is, that it's the use of drugs, not just the use of drugs, but the use of psychotropic drugs. Yes. And you don't. You don't think that way, modern monist. You are not a Christian. Absolutely not. Why do you think they call them Christians? Yeah. Welcome to the Christing. It's not too late, though. The rite can be restarted. Right? It was in Pergamum where the seat was. Oh, the seat of Satan? Yes. Do you know what that is? It's the altar. You idiots. Right? Don't trust your own stupid guessing. You're morons. We're all fucking dumb. Okay? Listen to the Muse. It's what the Vatican priestess said. She said, look, I can't explain how it all works, how the cosmos works, how the invisible reality around you works. I can't explain that. I can only, because you're dumb. You're dumb. I can only use analogy. What is analogy? I've told you guys. Analogia. What is analogia? Chewy? Look up analogia, please. I thought you said this was going to be dirty tonight. Almond. It's getting there. Just wait. You can't just jump into it. Oh, what was that I told you? Oh, analogia. Analogia. Fantastic. Look at it, people. Pull it up. Now, sit on your throne. Do you understand me? Sit on your Scythian throne and consider the following. This is a project class. Are you ready? Analogia. Look what they put in parentheses. Logos. Remember we looked up logos and it has like 8,000 definitions. Mathematical, philosophical. Right? Oh, God, legal. Oh, political. Oh, God. Rhetorical, I should say. Look at this. What is analogia? You say it's analogy. No, it's a mathematical proportion. And I want you to look down to the third line, and you'll see the word harmonic. Harmonic. Those of you who handle the strings should be able to see this in a way that those of us who are uneducated classically can't. Right? Those of us who are uneducated classically. And what do I mean? Music is classical education. Analogy is what? It is that harmonic proportion. Harmonic proportion. You cannot learn from direct sight. You must learn from the harmonic proportion. Now, I feel that working its way, boring its way into your psyche. Okay? Analyze it. God. Oh my God. Right? Do you get it? Holy mackerel. What did Hercules do to his music teacher very famously? Anyone? Satanic congregation. Remember Hercules? He's the guy who takes over the mystery rite from the Medwa. You what? Yeah. And he turns it into boys. That's where he gets his source for his antidote. And only the Medwa is allowed into the rite. Do you understand? Oh, God. It's absolutely. What does he do? Hercules has a couple of tutors, right? Disney didn't fill you in on this, but he's got one Chiron who's a pederast, people, right? Brilliant musician, druggist. Wait, what? Yeah. Musician, druggist. Musician, physician. Do you know what the physician is? The physician of Asclepius. It's somebody who knows drugs. Drugs and guitar. Drugs and guitar. That's Chiron. He's got another tutor called Linus. Linus teaches him the guitar. Only Hercules, like me, is full of thumbs. And what happens when he tries to play? He can't. Linus gets impatient with him, and Hercules bashes him over the head with his guitar and kills him. Now you've got the pollution. Now you've got the pollution to deal with. Holy mackerel. Let's make this thing get intellectually sexy. Bring it up. Bring up the next one. I know people hate when I talk like that, and people love when I talk like that. I think the people who hate when I talk with that need to be spanked. The ones that hate it need to be spanked. I think that's what they're calling for. Isn't that what they're asking for? Is this the sexy one? No. This is the almost. Look at this is more Africanist. I just wanted you to see on the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line down. I want you to see, highlight it from here. Oh, you can't highlight this one. Look at people. The word that says is eos. Eos. I just wanted you to see that poison or viper venom was there. This is specifically the eos of the echidna, right? The echis, the viper. That's what they're doing. Here's the asp over here, right? Here's the viper over here. I want you to see it, and I want you to see it associated with the eos, the poison, right? That's why they define eos in the lexica as right, serpent venom. I think that's how they refer to it, serpent venom. All right, fantastic. Just so you know what you're working with. Give me the next one. When Jesus is crying out in thirst, and that burning thirst that he's got, that even Nicander wrote about, right? A couple hundred years before Jesus, right? Even Nicander wrote about it at length. So when Jesus is dying on the cross, screaming out that he's thirsty, and Nonus tells you it's because they were trying to give him the antidote and the sponge, right? It's too late. It's too late to apologize, right? I wish you I wish you would vary that music. People, where's the sexy stuff? Oh God. No, this is the holy stuff. This is the give me the next one. I want people need the sexy stuff first. They're like, you just lead me on, Teasemeister. Right? I have been accused of being a Teasemeister. You know what? This isn't it either. No. So people just wait. Here it is. Now don't tune out because you're gonna miss the sexy part, right? Let's see. Maybe Chewy got it this time. Oh, I think this is it, people. Are you ready? Buckle up. Okay. Blow it up so that I can see this one. Yep. Oh, fantastic. Okay. All right, people, settle in. Settle it on your throne once more. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hoste Babylonios. Ho Africanos feci hoti ethele paidopoiesai dis. So Africanus, the Babylonian, says that if someone wants to make a baby before you come together with the lady, and I'm talking about when you're about to enter into intercourse, people, that's a direct translation. I'm just translating. When you're about to enter into direct intercourse, Christ your hoo-ha. Christ your hoo-ha. Is it working? Christ your hoo-ha. People, Morion here. Christ your part, baby. This is specifically the male genitalia. Christ the male genitalia. Are you ready? What are you Christing your hoo-ha with when you're trying to make a baby with your lady? Okay, that's the question. This is anthropological, people, and family safe because he's hidden, right? There's no need for gratuity. This is anatomical and physiological, right? Beauty that we're talking about. What do you do to your hoo-ha, right? You Christ your hoo-ha with the blood of the sea slug. Oh, God. Do they sell those at Walmart? What? Walgreens, maybe it's I gotta go to the drugstore and get a sea slug, right? I better live next to the Mediterranean if this is what I gotta do, if I want to have a baby. But what happens when you do this? He says you Christ yourself and you make a male child. But if you take goose fat and Christ yourself there, you're going to make a girl. Now remember that. Sea slug for the males, goose fat for the females. Right now, who knows if that works or what they're doing? Right? Who knows? Now they have so many physicians who were talking about treatments for sexual problems, right? That as Galen explains, look, he says this is how it works. The bullshit, the quackery that doesn't actually cure, that stuff gets cast to the side, right? People don't buy it if it doesn't work. That's what they're doing. That's how they're driving their drug market. What are the drugs that actually work? You know, that silphium actually works. These venoms, they work so good they'll kill you if you're stupid and don't know how to use them properly. When they make a trojiscos out of these things and you take it home and put it in your wine, you better know that you're supposed to mix it with things and then put it on a medicated dildo and insert it into your anus, because you're not going to get anything if you drink this cup. Right? How did they know that snake venom doesn't work when you swallow it? Right? But how do we know that? Because snake venom is just proteins. And you're just going to digest them. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to get into your bloodstream. They're going to get chopped up in little tiny pieces. Do you see? We have to put them somewhere where you can absorb them into the blood. I'm telling you what they said, where you can absorb them into your blood immediately. And that is your rectum. That is your rectum. Christ yourself. Do you want your reproductive tract to work at maximal function? Christ yourself with Satyrion. I'm telling you, you can hang a toilet paper roll for days. For days. For so many days that you turn blue and fall over dead. This is the science that they were performing with Christing. Is this anything that Christianity has ever taught you? No. Why? Because the Christianity that teaches you is a mishmash monster of medieval mediocrity. And it will destroy your mind. Freedom comes from the vaccine, from the Antichrist. You mean they had a term for that? Yeah, they had a term for that. Right? And you hear Antichrist, and you think, oh, it's something that's totally stupid. Totally stupid. Yeah. Let's do one little clip of Joe before we finish that passage, because I want people to listen to this and give me some opinions. Go. Oh, give Chewy a second. Here we go. Oh, is it Muse?
Like a Christ. Like, think of Bob the Builder. He's a builder. He builds shit. Christ was, they called him Jesus the Christ. So he thinks Christ was somebody who was involved with drugs, taking drugs, giving people drugs, performing magic, like a shaman. Yeah, exactly. Similar to that. And like,
by the way, a real shaman would say all the things that Jesus said.
Yes, that's true. That's a good point. So, and it gets.
Can we just make a point of the fact that Joe Rogan just worshipped reason, and you saw it in his face? All of a sudden, he realized, oh, wait a minute, right? Drug-using shaman's going to talk like a drug-using shaman. Right now, I don't prefer shaman because it's not a concept that the Greeks or Romans impressed on the culture themselves, right? These figures like Epimenides, right? Sometimes Pythagoras, they do things that you can say, oh, that's like a shaman. No, this is you and I Christing. Imagine if you and I are going to go on a date, and after we go out, dinner, movie, orgy, right? Not one of these big events with a whole bunch of people, but you and I enter into a rite where you Christ me and I Christ you. We enter into the epithumia, into the desire that is satanic, the desire of the flesh and the blood. Drink my blood. What is Jesus the Christ's blood? By the way, I love Bob the Builder. What is Jesus the Christ's blood? You would tell me it's salvation if you're a Christian. Would you like to see where that salvation came from originally? Give me the source with the blood. Give me the source. You'll try. We'll fish for it, Chewy. I'll make you a fisher of texts. Right? Oh, God. This is Zenobius, second Anno Domini, during the time when all of the New Testament is being written and circulated. What does he say? What does Zenobius say? The son of Apollo, the first word is cut off, but it's Apollo. The son of Apollo was taught the medical art from Chiron. And from Athena, he took the blood that flowed from the veins of the Gorgon, and with it, he healed many people. It is Echidna's blood. It is the Medwa of the Echidnaic priesthood, whose blood gives you ionic life. There is no eternal life. The first Christians did not walk around ever talking about eternal life. That is ridiculous, and it is nowhere. They talked about ionic life, as I showed you yesterday. All of the gospel is for what? Ionic life. The ionic life comes from her blood. Do you understand what it means to be a prophet? Welcome to Ammonite. Fantastic. Oh, God. Oh, God, isn't it gorgeous? It's absolutely gorgeous. You mean we can read these texts? Yes, we can. You mean Jesus was performing actions that were the actions of a mystery, specifically the Echidnaic mystery, the viper virgin's mystery, whose blood and flesh are our salvation. You have no ionic life without her blood. Oh, God. Oh, give me. If you'd asked me, said Jesus all cocky, I could have given you the water of life, baby. Go get all the men that you've been having intercourse with. Tell them. And you thought Jesus was a child-friendly person. You realize he was arrested in a raid by a SWAT team of Romans there to collect the lacei, the traffickers of children. What do you think Joe Rogan is going to do with that? He's going to say, oh, man, that makes sense. Everything Jesus says and does makes sense when you know what Christing is, when you know he was arrested with a naked kid, with a medicine impregnated bandage on his wee tiny hoo-ha. Now you don't think shite Christing is that bad, do you? There's a time, people. There is a time for us to have revealed who he is. Who are you talking about? I'm talking about Yahoo, baby. I'm talking about Jesus. I'm talking about your tyrants. Yeah. Yeah. What's that? Where's the whip? Oh, does somebody? People are getting anxious for the whip. Okay. Give me there was one more. I want people. This is kind of esoteric. This is kind of esoteric. And it's from Echidnaic, who you've never heard of and you'll never see again. Some fragments. Pien. Tis en hei purigene. We know that this is from the play, the Gorgons, right? Gorgones, the Gorgons. And what does it say? It says someone pours out the fire born for us to drink. And then they go on to describe in detail the container that it will hold it. What is the fire born that is poured out by the Gorgons to drink? Chewy, I want you to look up Purigene. Purigene, people. Help me figure out this mystery. In English, Purigenh. Excellent. What? Press it. It will. Is it no, this one. Fantastic, people. Just take a look at this. What is something that is coming from the fire? What is something that is pyrogenic? Pyrogenic. It is something born of fire or forged of fire. Do you know who's born of fire? Dionysus, born in the lightning through his blessed mother. Do you understand why Semele is so important? Do you understand why the Virgin is there to burn off our mortality? I have given you everything, satanic congregation. The child is born in the fire. Now, what else? What else is born in the fire? What unique entity is fire born? That would be, bring it back up to definition. That would be this one right here. Look at the, blow this up. Can you underline? Do you people recognize Drakon? Drakon. Where are your horns, serpent? Where are your horns? Does the devil have horns? Damn straight. Bring me up that horned viper. No, that's my buddy, Little Almond. Not Little Almond. Bring me up that horned viper. Did you have that one? There he is. People, that's a real picture, correct? Yes. Right. Do you understand? The one born from the fire. Do you understand how the Christing brings us this one? Eat my flesh, drink my hyma. I hear you getting it. I heard it click in somebody's brain out there. It felt like more than one, but in somebody's brain it clicked. Bring up the song for conclusion, please. Bring up the ritual. As we finish today, people, and put something beautiful up there. Yes. As we finish today, I want your last vision through the echidna on today's show to be that of the dragon born in lightning. Who does the dragon protect? The dragon protects the virgin. Eat my flesh and drink my blood. These are the commands of the holy echidna. She is the Christ. A prophet is completely without honor in his own country. You do not live where he lived. You live in a foreign place where you have accepted a lie. You are no longer part of the Christian priesthood as you were admonished. And Amen has come to show you exactly what the voice of the Muse brings to hypocrites, to liars, to the murderers of children who try to drink water. And it's through the winds that we bring the power of dawn. Thank you for coming tonight. Hail Satan.
Begging you with smoke that plumes, rattler snakes, I'm Dr. Doom. Conjure witches, Medusa cut the rug with you. Purple dope faders, sing the song of satyrs. Black cape sway, hail Satan, fuck the haters. Get the whip, 666, it's showtime with the poisonous kiss. Let the good times roll, shooting from the hip. On liquid smoke they choke, creeping out the darkness. Evil love, something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does, evil love. Something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does.